No, the way it is that we may be looking for a news and public affairs director.
Yeah, well, and I also saw something about, the ratings during certain time slots. Well, this is a listener-supported station.
Yeah.
This isn't the kind of station where ratings are the most important thing. I mean, we're not.
For sure. And one of the most amazing things about the station is that all those incredibly diverse interests come together, and we maintain a radio station, and on that radio station we talk about those differences.
Absolutely. This is, to say that this is my favorite station is an understatement. It's by and large the only station I listen to. But
none of my radios know how to tune to anything else.
Well, basically so, right. But, I have to say that, losing Rob in this way, I really fear for the future of the station. It just wasn't handled properly. And then the fact that it happened right after the fund drive, if it had happened just before the fund drive, I don't think too many people would argue the fact that I'm not sure you'd have met your goal, to say the least.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know what the process was. I don't know how long.
That's right, I'm sure.
I don't know how long this conversation has been ongoing, and I don't know what the elements are, and I don't know in the final meeting that resulted in the dismissal, I don't know what the conversation was. I don't know if there was an opportunity for a meeting of the minds and it never came about. I don't know.
It's going to Reggie from Tampa. Hey, Reggie, good afternoon, Reggie.
Yeah, congratulations. Yes, I agree. We must be positive. That conversation earlier about Rob, that perhaps he didn't actually get fired. So there's no reason to be concerned that he probably will return.
I don't know.
Yes, well, none of us do.
Exactly.
But it's obvious that Rob isn't happy, due to the fact that, I guess he's filing a suit. So obviously he feels wronged.
Yeah.
I think again that's why we're all so upset.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a mechanism in place that's designed specifically to resolve exactly these issues. Okay, so and as I was saying before, it is really tedious and annoying to have to sit along the sidelines and wait until that plays out. But
that's it, that's right. And I will say, I don't think this is going to go away anytime soon, and it's going to hurt the station.
Slossie, good afternoon, Slossie. You're in executive session and you have the floor.
Yeah, for the sake of people who don't know, this is Slossie, the host of 60 Show, John.
Yes.
Yes. Listen, I was under the impression that it was inferred that those of us who were volunteer programs, which I'm assuming you are, were actually not supposed to weigh in on this issue in regards to on the radio and on social media, which I think you have weighed into the fray.
What I have done, Slossie, is I have continuously repeated the facts as they are known.
Right.
And that's all.
Well, I really feel like you are playing the devil's advocate here, and I think it's obvious that you're sort of a yammering cheerleader.
I am not advocating anything. I am not advocating anything but the facts, Slossie.
Bulletin board and listen to what you have said.
Mm-hmm.
Read what you have said.
I have. I wrote what I said, Slossie.
You have a point of view, sir. And
yes, I do. My point of view is that this is a precious radio station.
How dare you? How dare you do this when we were told not to weigh in on this?
I didn't weigh in on it, Slossie. I have repeated the facts of the matter. There's a difference.
Here's a fact. The trust of our listeners has been betrayed. And that's going to hurt us for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what the ins and outs are, why Rob was let go. Why don't you start talking about that fact?
I have been talking about that fact, and I have been talking about the other facts, and I have been promising that as soon as all the facts that are available, I will do everything I possibly can to bring them to these airwaves. And I will reiterate that promise here and now. And I will continue to bring the facts forward. I will continue to remind people that the station is constrained from making statements about this, and that the individual who was fired is not, and that...
That individual is Rob Lori.
Yes, I know.
Okay. See what you're doing right there?
Yes, I did see what I was doing right there.
Suddenly it's an individual.
Yes, it is.
Lori. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm talking about, your point of view.
Okay, my point of view is that I don't have to name people that everyone knows.
Yeah, when it's certainly gonna bring your point of view to the fore, which is...
No, it doesn't make any difference what my point of view is, Slossie. I don't have to name people that everybody knows.
I think what you're doing is wrong. I think if our general manager can go on your show yesterday and say, I'm not going to talk about it, then basically that's what you should be doing too, because that's what we were told to do.
The general manager came on the program yesterday and said why. And that's exactly what I have been saying. I have been saying exactly what the general manager and the radio station have been saying for the last 2 days, which is, and you can read it anywhere you want, as you well know, and I have said that, and I will continue to say that.
It's a barrage of words. You're being disingenuous.
No, I'm being factual, Slossie. I'm being factual. There's nothing disingenuous about delivering fact.
You're not kidding anybody about your point of view, buddy.
I'm not trying to kid anybody about anything, Slossie. I am repeatedly delivering the facts as I know them, and I will continue to do that, and that is exactly what you can count on me for. And if you don't like it, I understand that, and I appreciate you coming on and weighing in on it, and I also appreciate that you do that in a perfectly civil manner, despite the fact that you've walked right up to accusing me of some stuff, which is... whatever. That's something that you have to deal with.
They should go out on Facebook and listen to what you've been saying.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I think that people should go to the bulletin board, and I think that people should go to the executive session Facebook page, and I think that people should go on any page where this is being discussed and read my remarks. I invite people to do that. I encourage people to do that.
Well, I wasn't encouraged to do that.
Well, you didn't call and ask, Slossie. I am now encouraging you.
It was inferred that we were not to go on the air and talk about this. It was inferred that we were not to weigh in on social media.
I didn't weigh in. There's a difference between reporting and weighing in, Slossie. It's something that I learned in Rob Lori's news department.
Oh, thank you for mentioning his name.
Yes, I worked with him for 11 years, Slossie. Every week, week after week, for 11 years. And I worked with him, and so I am not discounting him. I don't have an issue. What I have is the stability to tell the truth about what's going on. And I've got to go. We have been on the phone for almost 6 minutes, and I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate that,
Read between the lines, people.
I'll tell you what you do. Rather than reading between the lines, read the facts, okay? Because between the lines is something called space. 813-239-9663. We will be right back. Support for WMNF comes from our members and the Florida Law Group, protecting the rights of wrongfully injured since 19...
Hey, Julie, how are you?
I am very, very busy. How can I help you?
I came in the door and I heard that there was something going on. What happened?
Rob was fired on Monday. I need you to hold if you want more information.
Yes, please.
So that we can continue, because this radio station is irreplaceable. It is invaluable. There is nothing like it anywhere around, and losing it, especially in this way, would be tragic in my estimation.
Well, I totally agree with you. That's what I think hurts all the listeners so much is is that, you know, we're on the verge of that, yeah, this could possibly happen. It could be, you know, the demise of MNF.
WMNF, may I help you?
Hi, Julie.
Yes.
What could you tell me about the situation with Rob?
I would say you can read about it on our website, WMNF.org. I'm
Yeah.
not at liberty to say anything other than Rob was fired on Monday.
What does the website say? Because I don't have access to
I
it.
need you to go to the website yourself. I'm sorry, but I'm getting calls too fast to be able to read the website to you.
All right. Well, thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you for your concern. You too. Peace to you, sir.
Peace and love.
Well, we just received word that the director of the local news and affair communication channel is fired. That is what we're being told. I would highly be suspicious. This could be another ploy to make an artificial appearance of balance, that somehow this fellow, you know, has no sway over what happens, you know, at the higher levels of this institution, as if this institution is really all that. Basically, what will the result be? People will come to the aid of this so-called fired individual. When the individual returns, the individual will be welcomed by the so-called community. When I say so-called, remember, if you go to any of these cells of this network in the country and walk across the street, because many of them are positioned in impoverished neighborhoods, and ask the people, what is that building? Or what is W such and such? See what kind of responses you get. You may find out that the people immediately in the neighborhood don't know. This is one indication that these so-called community radio stations don't really represent the community.
Get out of here. You don't have any right to be in here now. Get out. Get out. Get out.
This
Get
is
out
an
of the
independent
building right now.
investigation.
Call the cops.
I will always tell them to move and go. I will never trust nothing Babylon say. Well, I will never accept what them a suggest. Anything them come with me, I will suspect. I will never trust Babylon for your sake. For Babylon lie. They tell a whole heap of lie. You miss the jacket and tie.